Whether justified or not, St. Louis has the reputation for being a pretty dangerous place. But if you ask most folks here at SLUH, they'd tell you a completely different story.
Good.
They feel pretty safe spending the day on campus in the middle of a city that U.S. News and World Report has ranked the second most dangerous in the country. So, what does it take to keep us safe and secure at SLUH? Who are the men and women behind this effort, and how can the rest of us help them to do their jobs?
The school is like a castle, right? We're going to try to keep everyone inside of our castle safe from everything outside the school.
See, we get keeping the students, keeping you guys safe, keeping Dave and the other staff, Dr. Callan, safe.
And we work, collaboratively, look at that word, together, where we try to keep anything outside the school from hurting inside the school, and then at the same time make sure nothing inside the school that's already here is going to go ahead and cause harm to other students or faculty members or visitors or staff.
Keeping an eye on who is coming into campus, who is leaving campus, just keeping eyes and ears open on like 2 or 3 different fronts.
We've done a lot of work in this area, going to conferences. We do a lot of research. We do a lot of communication amongst ourselves and the rest of the staff to make sure that everybody's prepared for any situation.
The student is leaving for what, the day or just for an appointment? Paying your money and then when you come back. So we have to, this young man got this from either Dr. K or Mr. Schulte or Angela, and they get him up at the desk or the main office, and then they come down, and this is part of a big thing of what we do.
I have to check everyone in through the Visit You program and answering phone calls, the deliveries, incoming packages, and distributing the packages. Once again, our security team, we have everyone in place, and I think SLUH is a safe place, yes.
No, I would say I prefer SLUH being in the city than being anywhere else. I think it gives SLUH students a unique perspective that a lot of the other Catholic schools don't have, seeing as they're out in the county. We have a really dedicated security staff, and Mr. Schulte makes sure anybody who's not breaking the rules knows it right away.
Society, we have the no snitching culture, and when you snitch on somebody, you're trying to get somebody in trouble. But if you know someone's having a problem or they intend to do somebody harm or harm themselves, if you're trying to help somebody, that's different, right? So if you have to tell us or other teacher or your parents, if you know someone's doing something threatening to harm themselves or others, and even though it might be a joke or not a joke and you don't know, we have to get away from that. Just telling on someone to help them from harming themselves or others is not snitching. Don't prop open doors. Don't allow people to come in the back way. We've had times the last 7 years where people have gone to Subway and left through the alley doors and put a rock or something, keeping that door exposed. And now anyone can walk into our school unscreened for any reason.
And I think the other thing is just in general, if you see something that doesn't seem quite right, you need to say something to somebody, and that's a common thing that you hear is see something, say something. So just make sure you communicate and that information gets back to us so we know how to handle it. And the second thing, just to follow up with what Mr. Schulte said too, so when things do happen, we deal with those things. So when we find doors that have been propped open, that door on Oakland that he's referring to, like we put an arm on that door to make sure that people can't access it anymore, right? So we're always evolving, always trying to find new things to make this place more safe.
I feel pretty darn safe at SLUH.
It's 100% of the time I feel safe at SLUH, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty safe at SLUH. I like the community.
I'll say it's pretty safe here at SLUH. We got a good amount of security guards with all the parking stuff around the turnaround.
The security we often take for granted at SLUH doesn't just happen. It's the quiet, coordinated effort of a team of folks looking out for us every minute of every day. It may not be glorious work, and it often goes unnoticed, but it's such a critical part of SLUH's success. In an ideal world, perhaps we wouldn't need so many gates and guards, but until we build that kingdom together, we'll always have these men and women to keep us safe and sound.
There are times you and I are blind, and we are blind because Jesus appears to us every day in many different disguises. What disguise did he appear to you today in? Thus endeth the lesson.
Answer the phone.
All right.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Mocha salted caramel.